Well, hello there, folks. No time like the present, is there, to press go live. George here at Kilohearts with our first ever live preset walkthrough of a new content bank. And what a fantastic content bank to begin with. This is Crisis Design, the new piece of work from Must Die. And I'm sure a lot of you out there will be extremely excited to hear that name because there's some special sounds in here, just like everything Must Die does. You'll know, if you're a fan, and I'm sure some of you are, that there was a new album out this year called Crisis Vision, and a new remixes album just came out off the back of that. And this is also in the same sort of body of work, inspired by some of the same sounds and some of the same workflows. You'll find out a lot more in an interview that I did with Lee for Must Die. Later on today, we'll be publishing that about 6 o'clock European time. So take a look at that and subscribe to the Kilohearts channel to get notified about that if you haven't already. But for now, I'm just going to spend maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes going through some of the sounds, giving them a try, playing them in real time, seeing what we think. Please feel free to comment and say hi if you have anything to say. We love compliments, and who doesn't? So please check in, say hello, and we'll try and reply back to you in real time. It's all a little bit speedy, and I must admit, I'm on my own in my home office trying to do this properly, so forgive me if I'm a little bit slow to get back to you. But I see that Mouse is in the comments. Hey there, hey, saying, hey George, this is exciting. It sure is. We're very excited to see you. And excited also says Squatch Cloak Tech. Fantastic. Welcome everybody, all of the rest of you who are watching. Great to see you. So let's test if I've wired up my audio correctly by trying out 2013 called, the first of the bass presets in this new preset pack, this new content bank called Crisis Design. So I hope that you can hear that. I hope it's also not way louder or way quieter than my voice. So let's open this up and see what it looks like. We've got a couple of layers in a group here, a very slow long sine wave and a much higher one. And something that I've noticed that Must Die loves to do is layer up in fifths and in different intervals. So we've got a fundamental way down there and a much higher layer there. All kinds of fun effects going on the right hand side. You'll see there's a ton of distortion across the board on this bank. There's no apologetic sounds in here, I must say. It's all very much up in your face, demanding to be heard. So also a little bit of ironic twist in all of the descriptions here. When we spoke for our interview, Lee was saying that everything he does has just a little tinge of spite in it, a little something, a little edge. And you'll see on our website his bio describes him as the main antagonist of bass music. So there's a little bit of edge in all of this. I'm sure it's all very tongue-in-cheek. He's a very nice guy. But let's have a listen to a few of these. So Arena Killer, mod equals pitch by Filter Close. So if I move the mod wheel. Very beefy. Do tell me in the comments if there's anything wrong with the audio, by the way. I hope it's doing good. I'm apologizing if I'm a bit plosive because I'm quite close to the mic, but you all know what's up. Let's check something else out. How about Dive Bomb and use mod wheel for fills? I sure will. And how about we play with a couple of these macros? So we've got the ring modulator. I could definitely see automating that for a bit of effect. Tone delay. Let's close down that mod wheel again. Edgy, I like it. Bringing the filter in. Very nice, very nice. Let me just check the comments one more time. Hey everybody, Alejandro's here. Jason Gilman. We're looking good. Great to see you all. And apparently the audio sounds good. That's what we're after here. It's all about the audio. We're sound design fans here. So as you can see, there's a bunch of stuff that would be useful for dubstep, for that kind of hard-edged house and unapologetic sounds and genres. I think that's the key word as far as I'm concerned. None of this stuff is in any degree sorry for its existence. It's just right up there in front of you. It is what it is, as the description says. And I've also noticed all of these sounds have, or a lot of them, have a huge variety depending on what octave you play them in. So this is just me cycling through my octaves on the keyboard. So we get a little bit clean up the top there, but a little further down, a lot more action. And of course, cycling through the wavetable there. And actually that brings me to the wavetables. There are a bunch of wavetables which are taken from the factory content, but there are also additional wavetables specifically created for this bank. And we could take those and build our own new sounds from them. We might try that a little bit later before we're done here, but we'll try and remember that they're there because those are all original pieces of content for this bank. So those don't exist in the original factory content of Faceplant. Those are right there ready for us to play with. So why don't we try, I'll tell you what, Goblin's a good one. He's here somewhere. And now, of course, that's something of an effect. And an original LFO controlling a whole bunch of cool stuff here. And that's almost ready to go in a track right there by itself. It's definitely well considered and well produced for your amusement and pleasure. So again, play with a few of these macros here. So the pitch. Modifies the pitch, shift that pitch down a little bit. Stereo width. We get the spread of the wavetable oscillator here, and I actually don't have both of my headphones on, so let me hear that properly. Oh, it's almost like one of those brilliant like binaural recordings, 3D audios. It's all around you. Fantastic stuff. And a bit of extra bite, shall we? I've got to say, that's fairly spooky, that right there. How about Jazz School Dropout? Music theory as a crutch. I've often thought so. Didn't stop me turning up to all my lessons like a good little boy. Oh, very nice. Something a bit organic in that. What does Flair have to say? Very nice stuff. There's a lot of thought going into every single one of these patches. You can tell that Must Die is a veteran of a scene, that he's been around the block a few times, because nothing here is exactly what you expect it to be at first glance. We've got a square wave, we've got a triangle-based wavetable, but then we've got this hard clipping distortion, we've got more distortion clipping over here with a lot of modulation, we've got reverb being moved around and modulated by the macros. There's a ton going on here, and obviously your heavy multiband compression on the far end. Yeah, that's just so easy to work with. I love it. Let me try some of the leads out, because, again, speaking in our interview, which you'll see later on this evening, Lee was telling me that he tried to provide, hello, look at that, George is live notification that I thought I turned off from Slack. Anyhow, nice to see you, Pad. So, yeah, while we were speaking, Lee was telling me that he thought it was a good idea not to just provide a bunch of basses, because basses are fairly easy to come by in this day and age, but a bunch of cool leads as well, because a lot of his music's very melodic, a lot of it's very accessible and powerful and musically catchy. So a good lead sound is necessary for that. And I particularly like this black light poster, which is one of the more mellow and thoughtful sounds in the bank. Let's bring up a bunch more tone. And introduce more of this reverser, perhaps. Where is our reverser? That's exciting. There it is. So now anyone can slap a delay on something, but to make it sound spatial and exciting and mobile is a real skill. I like that a lot. Yeah, very nice. Let's try something a bit brasher though, huh? Rave forever, brackets and ever. Big fun, huh? And again, some really varied macros to work with. It's really easy once you're working on a sound and you're really zoned in, dialed in, to make macros that don't change things very much because you're so attuned to the subtleties. But Must Die has made some really impressive and variable macros for each of these. So everything really makes a big difference. You get a lot of different sounds out of every sound. Hot stuff. How about we try... I'll tell you what, let's take a little look at the comments, see how you're all doing. So, hello everybody. Per is in the comments. Hello, Per Salbach. And yeah, he sure is into the no TT multiband. It's pretty strong stuff though, right? You can't win with something. You can't fail to win with that on the end of the thing. So yeah, we're loving it. Everyone's looking pretty satisfied. Mouse says that lead is gorgeous. And yes, I'm sorry, the Slack notification sound triggers me to get back to work as well. So let's pay attention. Let's get into the zone once more and play with hyper bleep. That sounds a lot like what I was just playing with. Ah, there we are. Fantastic. And if I, again, take you through some octaves. All of these have got a long way to travel. Very good fun. How about stadium chords? Layer me with a lead. Well, I think I'm going to try using you as a lead. Now that's big. Don't tell me that's not big. You can hear that travelling across the mist in the early morning at a festival somewhere. Lovely stuff. And up a couple octaves. And why don't we try... Beautiful stuff. Lots of ensemble. Delay, distortion, of course. No TT on this one. Yes, TT. And what about, let's call the fire brigade. Gotta love it, right? Let's take away a bit of that reverb and just hear it in its most pure form. Crush percentage speaks to me of bit crushing. Where have we got that? Yeah, there it is. You know I love me some bit crushing. Very nice. We like it. And one more try at something offensive. Funk your dad. And the description, LOL, of course. Let's bring it down an octave or two. Let me put the phones on. You know, I was playing with this earlier on, and I realised that I thought initially it had the unison mode set to shepherds because the octaves were playing funny games. But actually what it is that the sync is moving with a note modulator so that you get overtones appearing and disappearing as you fly up and down the keyboard. It's really clever and really cool. And if your dad doesn't like it, you can tell him to come and talk to me, because that's wicked. I love it. Let's have a pluck. Old but gold. Hashtag creepy. Very nice indeed. That could come in so handy. Curse upon thee. There is absolutely no fear of dangerous and occult themes here. Yeah, I can feel the evil spirits travelling through my fingers on this one. Again, I'll bring it up a couple octaves. And we hear again this sort of playing fast and loose with the tuning. We've got a -9 and a -36 and a +7. So there's a couple of fifths in there and a real low sub fundamental there. Very nice. Now, I just remembered we were going to play with a couple of the inbuilt wavetables that come as part of this pack before we finish. And I'm not going to go on forever on this. So let's start with that. Let's go to a brand new patch and open up a wavetable oscillator here, an input module, and we'll come down to Crisis Design, and let's take a look at some of these and build our own patch from scratch using the material provided. So I think we could certainly get something key-like out of that. So let me do my favourite old trick of bringing in the ramp down one shot to turn this into a kind of a playable piano note. Right, we're going to scan through the frames. Back to front, of course. And let's also bring in a bit crusher, because like I say, it's my favourite thing in the universe. And let's have one of the LFOs that are included in Crisis Design also. So let's use a nice dubsteppy whomph of some kind there and play with our sample rate. So kind of pleasing right off the bat, but let's try something completely different. A Reese sound. And down a couple octaves. And while we're here, why not let's have some no TT. That's hiding in multipass in the dynamics section. And of course we could sync this to our track tempo if we had one. And very quickly we're getting into the realms of a usable sound. Let's try a different wavetable there. That's pretty cool. And let's take this back to the sine so that we're scanning back and forth. So even without any skill or thought or intelligence whatsoever, I've been able to produce something pretty fun there to get me started on a pretty rough and aggressive kind of a track. So throw a few bits and pieces of drums and hard stuff on there and you'd be at the races. In fact, there's a kick or two in here I remember seeing. Yeah, it's a kick. So let's have a listen to a kick drum we might want to use. Oh. You can't beat that. That's fantastic. Rough stuff. And obviously more disperser. Oh, that's foul. I love it. Yeah, can't beat it. That's fantastic. I've just noticed I didn't take a look in the pads here, so let's just have a random selection. How about Ghost Shop by a Ghost? Yeah, why not? Very nice. One more. Uncomfy pad. And macros till you drop. See that coming in real handy as some atmosphere, some unsettling background. A lot of fun. Now, I would go on all day listening to these, having fun, playing around with them, but that's actually your job now. So you've heard a few things. Go check it out yourselves. Go and grab this from the Kilohearts website. It's kilohearts.com if you didn't already know. And try it out for yourself in Phaseplant. There's a ton of fun things to be trying out here. And until next time, we'll be working hard on new great stuff. So thanks very much for joining us, and we'll see you again soon. Don't forget to subscribe, like the stream, and so on. We're going to have a great time. See you again soon. Thanks, everybody.